In the bustling streets of China, where progress and tradition often collide, a curious phenomenon has emerged: the fierce struggle among the elderly over discarded items deemed worthless by the rest of society. This scene, marked by urgency and desperation, reflects not just the immediate need for survival, but also deeper issues of dignity, poverty, and societal neglect. As videos surface of elderly individuals engaging in scrappy contests over cardboard boxes, bottles, and other recyclables, one can't help but wonder, what drives these confrontations, and what does it reveal about the values and challenges faced by older generations today? But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, China Fact. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. A man filming the situation remarked, "Look at this elderly woman, ma'am, just let it go. We've already got this on tape." Unbothered, the old woman replied, "Go ahead and record. I'm not afraid. I just picked it up off the road." The man responded, "I'm telling you, ma'am, this isn't right. We were working on the power line, and just because the cable was on the ground doesn't make it yours. Please let it go." The elderly woman insisted, "What I pick up belongs to me. It was lying there on the side of the road. If I hadn't taken it, someone else would have." The man countered, "Ma'am, you're really not being reasonable. If we left our car on the side of the road, would you take that too?" Reports indicated that while the workers were fixing the power line, the elderly woman sat on the ground, gripping the cable tightly and refusing to give it back. She boldly claimed it was hers because she saw it first. The workers attempted to persuade her, but nothing worked. Eventually, she lay down on the ground, clutching the cable to prevent them from taking it. One commenter noted, "I'm not sure if this woman is just ignorant or genuinely greedy." The workers left the cable on the ground, and she stubbornly asserted that she had found it and claimed it as her own. The nerve taking a whole bundle like that. Even when the workers tried to reclaim it, she just sat down and played dirty. I wonder if she has children. This must be so embarrassing for them. She's in her 70s or 80s, yet it seems she hasn't learned anything. Another user added, "What if she spotted cash at the bank counter? Would she take that too?" Reports of elderly individuals in China causing trouble by seizing items are frequent. Recently, in Shanghai, a video captured an elderly woman stealing a stack of cardboard boxes neatly arranged outside a store. One viewer commented, "That old lady is at it again. Hurry, hurry, you better catch her soon." Another added, "Look at her, she doesn't seem to have any pain, she's moving so quickly as if she's full of energy." The shop owner had just received a delivery and left it at the entrance. Soon after, the items disappeared. Security footage revealed two women in their 60s quickly loading the goods into their cart and leaving. The shop owner had no option but to contact the police, but they informed him that taking items from public spaces isn't classified as theft, leaving many people astonished. Netizens reacted with disbelief. "Did I hear that right?" Watching this video was unbelievable. It reminded me of an old story about a good Samaritan who helped an elderly man who had fallen but was then accused of knocking him down. The judge asked, "If you didn't knock him down, why did you help him up?" It's the same flawed reasoning. Both situations undermine our moral standards. In Guangdong, groups of elderly individuals were seen eyeing goods left on the roadside. They gradually approached and began grabbing everything. Passers-by joined in, and even when the shop owner rushed out to intervene, he was powerless to stop them. One elderly person even fell during the scuffle. In another instance, an elderly woman was caught red-handed taking hangers. When store staff attempted to stop her, she boldly insisted that she only took a few, forcing them to call the police. The next day, she returned to the store demanding an explanation and even shoved the staff. "Why did you stop me yesterday? Answer me. I didn't call the police, but this is your store, right? What do you have to say? Didn't we agree yesterday that we could take it?" The staff replied, "No, there was no agreement at all. Why are you angry with me?" The woman shot back, "Of course I'm angry. If I'm not mad at you, who else should I be angry with? Tell me." Similarly, elderly women often form long lines for free food or supplies, despite each person being allowed only one serving. At local events or charity distributions, they wait patiently, sometimes for hours, just to secure a single bag of rice or a few vegetables. This determination reflects their dire need for assistance and the lengths they go to ensure they have enough to eat. In a shopping mall, an elderly woman was caught on camera stealthily stealing a long length of string. She continuously rolled it into a large bundle, seemingly intending to claim it as her own. This incident underscores the lengths some elderly individuals go to secure items they believe they can repurpose or sell for extra income. In another clip, surveillance footage from a store entrance showed an elderly woman who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day to come to the shop and steal cardboard boxes. A user commented, if she put that effort into something else, she could earn more money. It's common to see elderly people scrambling for cardboard boxes, plastic bottles, and other recyclables on the streets of many Chinese cities. Although these items may appear worthless to most, for the elderly, they represent vital resources necessary for their survival. This leads to conflicts over recyclables, directly impacting their income. Initially, I thought it was just a light-hearted dispute between two people, but the more I watched, the more unusual it seemed. Our neighborhood is relatively affluent, so I don't understand why they would argue over a cardboard box like that. They ended up dropping their phones, and the elderly woman even fell backward. It didn't seem worth the fuss. In the video, two elderly individuals were seen struggling fiercely over a cardboard box near a trash bin. During the altercation, the elderly woman accidentally fell. One observer commented, "It's really not worth the hassle for just a few cents." Both men and women appeared to be older individuals with limited income, simply trying to collect recyclables to earn a bit of extra money. Nonetheless, to onlookers, fighting over a single scrap seemed excessive. Similarly, when a group of granny was caught stealing by a man, she became extremely agitated. Instead of showing remorse, she angrily threw the stolen items at him and even hit him forcefully, defiantly asserting her right to take them. This reaction highlights the sense of desperation and entitlement that some elderly individuals feel, even when confronted with their wrongdoing. Recently, a user from Zhejiang shared a video of three elderly women moving unsteadily as they hurried to grab a cardboard box. One commenter said, "I laughed at first, but then I felt sad. We're all just trying to survive, right?" Two elderly women were seen battling over a discarded box on the street, with a child watching in confusion. The scene left viewers feeling somewhat helpless, as elders should ideally serve as role models for the younger generation. A resident in Hub shared a similar experience, stating, "I'm really tired of the old lady downstairs who fights over cardboard. When she saw me carrying a box to the trash, she hurried over and asked for it. At first, I didn't think much of it and just gave it to her. But later, when her grandchild was playing outside, she told him to ask me for boxes. And soon other kids rushed over, fighting for the boxes I was throwing away. It became a game to them. I really don't understand why she's teaching the kids to act this way." He explained that he initially didn't mind giving away the boxes, believing it to be a kind act. However, one day he called one of the elderly women to come upstairs to collect a large box filled with other trash. He warned her to be cautious because his walls had just been painted. Ignoring his advice, she scraped off a patch of paint while moving the box. At first, he tried to dismiss it as an accident, but when he went downstairs, he discovered that she had carelessly scattered the unwanted trash all over the ground. That infuriated him, and he decided not to give away any more boxes. Another video depicted two elderly women fighting over plastic bottles, with one even shoving a sanitation worker to the ground. The heated exchange was evident, and viewers quickly commented, "So many young people stood by watching," but no one intervened. There was also footage of two elderly women in their 70s physically battling over bottles in the middle of the street. They were completely absorbed in their struggle, with no one attempting to step in. With China's economic challenges, competition has intensified in various sectors. There's only so much to go around, and when more people are trying to share the same resources, some inevitably end up with less. Naturally, those with less become unhappy, leading to scenes of frantic competition for their share. According to the National Bureau of Statistics of China, the elderly population in the country has exceeded 200 million and is growing rapidly. Many of these individuals live in poverty and lack adequate care, while the social security system is limited, and support programs often do not meet their basic needs. As a result, many elderly people find themselves competing with others for free meals at markets or charity events. This situation not only highlights their struggles but also brings feelings of shame and humiliation. For them, competing for meals has become a regular part of daily life, showing just how challenging the living conditions for the elderly in China have become. In another clip, two elderly Chinese women were caught fighting over a water bottle on a basketball court, even swatting at a young man who was drinking from it. Viewers quickly noted how inappropriate that was, saying they could have easily caused him to choke. In Suzhou and H, two elderly individuals were seen in a standoff, each refusing to yield over a single bottle. Those watching were astonished, likening it to children fighting over toys in a kindergarten. Another video showed two elderly women at a night market in a heated argument over bottles, escalating into a physical confrontation, with one being pushed to the ground. A viewer remarked, "I don't know whose mothers they are, but they're just trying to make a living." Lastly, in Tiananmen, two elderly women argued while collecting bottles near a basketball court. One was nearly knocked over, but a young man helped her up. In Guangdong, two elderly women nearly came to blows over some trash, prompting comments expressing shock at how society has devolved to this level of competition. It's important to note that many involved in these struggles for recyclables come from rural areas due to insufficient social security and financial support. They often have no choice but to collect recyclables to boost their income. This situation underscores the challenges many elderly individuals face within the social welfare system, revealing shortcomings in rural pension and social assistance programs. If the government were to enhance the social security system and offer better assistance, it could potentially help minimize these types of incidents. In one video, two elderly women were seen in a heated debate over a cardboard box for 30 minutes, while another clip captured a dangerously overloaded tricycle filled with recyclables. Additionally, a report from Shanxi detailed a confrontation between an elderly man and woman in the street over collected items. The woman in this situation, 62-year-old Wang, originally hails from a rural area, but now resides in the city with her son's family. Aware of her son's considerable monthly expenses, car and home loans, along with general living costs that total thousands of yen, she has no personal income. To help with grocery bills and alleviate some of the financial strain on her son and daughter-in-law, she collects recyclables and sells them. This often involves rummaging through neighborhood dumpsters in her free time. One afternoon, Wang ventured out to search for valuables among the bins on the street. She had some success, finding over 10 empty drink bottles, a few cardboard pieces, and even an old kettle that appeared usable. Just as she began to feel satisfied, an elderly man approached, and both of them reached for the kettle at the same time. They argued and tugged at it, unwilling to release their grip. Wang continued to verbally confront the man while fiercely holding on to her find, eventually managing to take the recyclables from him. The man, embarrassed, threatened her, but Wang stood firm. Just as he seemed ready to act, a passerby intervened and de-escalated the situation. Government statistics reveal that nearly 30% of China's roughly 90 million migrant workers are aged 50 and older, many having surpassed the official retirement ages of 60 for men and 50 for women in blue-collar jobs. The latest census on migrant workers indicates that less than a quarter have access to pensions or medical insurance. China's current household registration system, or hukou, established by the 1958 Household Registration Ordinance, categorizes individuals broadly into agricultural and non-agricultural groups. Following the economic reforms of 1978, cities enforced strict regulations on household registration. A report from the State Council Development Research Center highlights that over 20 individual rights are linked to this system, including employment, education, social security, and family planning. This means that millions of migrant workers living in urban areas lack access to essential public services, severely restricting their health, survival, and ability to assert their rights in the workplace. Some individuals even resort to sprinkling water on cardboard boxes to increase their weight and thereby earn more money, illustrating the lengths to which people will go just to make ends meet. It's not solely a matter of necessity. There are also accounts of elderly women taking advantage of free items, such as sample foods. Such actions are commonly observed in supermarkets. In one incident, an elderly woman was caught on video aggressively grabbing a red envelope by wrapping her arms around the bride's neck. In another instance, during a promotion for green onions, elderly women rushed so frantically that one of their carts even lost a wheel. Despite staff efforts to maintain order and encourage people to form a queue, they were largely ignored. In Shanghai, after an exhibition concluded, an elderly woman attempted to take displayed items as if it were a market stall. A female staff member politely informed her, "Ma'am, you can't take this." But the woman continued to ignore her and grabbed more items. A male staff member commented to his colleague, "It's not worth arguing. If she has the audacity to take it, just let her. It's not worth the hassle." In another case, an elderly woman buying peaches demanded 10 extra for free. When the seller refused, she became furious and tried to snatch the box containing his money. Even as bystanders criticized her actions, she boldly accused the seller of being stingy. She then proceeded to grab money that had fallen to the floor, prompting an angry onlooker to record the incident and share it online to highlight her unacceptable behavior. In Gansu, elderly individuals rushed to collect free tote bags outside an examination hall. Likewise, footage from a supermarket captured elderly women swiftly grabbing discounted potatoes, emptying entire bags in moments. Viewers remarked, "That's intense. Their fighting spirit is incredible." Another incident in Shanghai's Yang district involved elderly people emptying a KFC food pickup station entirely. In Chongqing, elderly women at a buffet were observed grabbing shrimp with their bare hands, displaying a lack of decorum. A video from the 2018 China International Import Expo went viral, showing middle-aged men and women swarming food stands. They rushed forward as soon as servers brought out food, completely disregarding any sense of queuing or basic etiquette. The blogger who shared the clip noted that the event was originally intended to give local residents, including retirees and temporary workers, a chance to see advanced international products. However, once inside, many visitors, especially the elderly, flocked to food sampling areas, grabbing food with their hands or filling their own plastic bags. One blogger remarked, "Foreigners are left shaking their heads," while a European staff member stated he had attended trade fairs globally but had never witnessed such impolite behavior. During a supermarket promotion, elderly customers stormed the store as soon as it opened, rushing to grab discounted items with impressive speed, anxious they might miss out if they were even a moment late. Another video depicted similar scenes of elderly shoppers competing for bargains at a healthcare clinic in Shan, Guangdong. One elderly person cut in line to grab a nebulizer, creating a stir. Her young grandson attempted to calm her, saying, "Grandma, please stop arguing." Eventually, she sat down, visibly upset and in tears. Clinic staff noted that the woman had a history of being aggressive, but they were unable to refuse her treatment. Numerous reports have surfaced regarding inappropriate behavior among the elderly in China, with netizens commenting on their rudeness, stubbornness, and surprisingly swift actions when confronted. They often engage in irrational arguments, yet when firmly challenged, they tend to hide behind their age. Some commentators suggest this behavior stems from their upbringing. This generation experienced a time of extreme scarcity, when goods were rationed with coupons. Back then, it was common to see people raising their arms and shouting in crowded stores during holidays. These old habits, triggered by external circumstances, often resurface. This behavior can be attributed to the era they lived in, and placing blame solely on them may not be entirely justified. Other netizens have pointed out that these actions are remnants of the Cultural Revolution. These seniors grew up during times of hunger, which has influenced their parenting style. It may take generations to change this behavior, reflecting the legacy of Maa Dong. In short, recent confrontations among elderly individuals in China over discarded items and recyclables reveal the impact of economic hardship and inadequate social support. These incidents underscore the urgent need for improved social security systems to better assist the elderly and address the root causes of their struggles. Finally, if you enjoy insightful content about China, subscribe to our channel, China Fact. Please like and share this video with friends so we can explore more exciting aspects together. Thank you for your support.